Life gets messy. That's a given. But letting it mess with you, that's optional. This is Zenatude Now, where we talk real life stuff and grab the practical tools to live your best self right now, not someday. I'm Tamara Lee. Take a deep breath, drop the doubt, and let's dive in. So let me ask you something. Have you ever put something off because you didn't think you could do it well enough? Maybe it was starting a business, applying for a job, writing something, posting something, making a phone call, playing an instrument. Whatever it was, you wanted to do it, but instead of starting, you kept preparing. You kept thinking about it, planning it, tweaking it, waiting until you felt more ready, more clear, more confident, more whatever. And maybe on the outside, it looked like you were working on it, but deep down, you knew you were stalling. I think a lot of us do that. We tell ourselves we're being responsible. We tell ourselves we're just getting prepared. We tell ourselves we need a little bit more time. Sometimes that's true, but sometimes it's not preparation. It's perfection in disguise. It's the pressure to get it right, to not make a mistake, to put something out there before it feels polished. And before we know it, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and the thing we wanted to do is still sitting right in front of us. That's why I wanted to talk about this today, because Zenatude is not Perfectatude. Zenatude doesn't mean you always have to have it together. Doesn't mean you wait until everything is lined up just right. And it definitely doesn't mean you have to do something perfectly before you do it at all. Zenatude is about making a choice and moving forward anyway. Even if you're not fully ready, even if it feels awkward, even if it's not your best work yet, even if you have to figure some of it out as you go. Because if you keep waiting for perfect, you can waste a whole lot of time and never get started. And I know that because I've done it. In early September of 2024, I was at the Printing United Expo in Vegas and got introduced to heat presses. I had watched a few YouTube videos before, but seeing it in person was different and it clicked for me. I thought, okay, this is something I can do. Then I learned more about DTF transfers, direct to film. And that got me even more excited because it seemed like a simple and cost-effective way for my business. So for the next month, I did what a lot of us do. I researched, I watched videos, I compared heat presses, I looked at what would fit my budget and made sure I understood how to use it. By November, I had everything I needed to get started, and then I didn't. Not because I didn't want to, not because I wasn't excited, not because I didn't believe it could help my business. I just kept hesitating. I had done all the prep work. I had all the tools. I had spent the money. I had already decided this was the direction I wanted to go. But when it came time to actually doing it, I still waited. And looking back, I can see exactly what was going on. It wasn't that I needed more information. I didn't need more supplies. It wasn't that I needed a better plan. I was putting pressure on myself to do it right. I didn't want to mess it up. I didn't want to waste product. I didn't want to feel like I should have known what I was doing the minute I started. So instead of just beginning, I hesitated. And that's what perfection does. It doesn't always show up as someone trying to make something flawless. Sometimes it shows up as over-preparing, overthinking, waiting, delaying that thing you're fully capable of doing because you've convinced yourself you need to feel more ready first. But the truth is, there was no amount of watching videos that was going to replace actually doing it. At some point, I had to stop worrying about whether I'd do it perfectly and just do it. And once I finally started, it wasn't nearly as big or scary as I had made it in my head. And I think that happens to a lot of us. We put pressure on ourselves to get the timing right, the words right, the plan right, the outcome right. But most of the time, progress doesn't come from getting everything right first. It comes from finally deciding, I'm done overthinking this. I'm just going to begin. That's the shift. Not, how do I make sure this turns out perfectly? But what's one step I can take right now? What if it's not great? What if done is better than sitting on it for another 2 months? That's what I mean when I say Zenatude isn't Perfectatude. Zenatude is choosing movement over mental clutter. It's choosing progress over pressure. It's choosing to trust yourself enough to start, even if you don't have every step figured out. And just to be clear, I'm not saying throw preparation out the window. Preparation matters. But there's a difference between preparing and hiding. There's a difference between being thoughtful and being stuck. And sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is call it what it is. I'm not still getting ready. I'm avoiding the discomfort of beginning. That kind of honesty matters because once you see it, you can do something about it. So if there's something you've been sitting on right now, something you keep saying you're going to do soon, I want you to ask yourself this. Am I actually preparing or am I waiting for perfect? And if the answer is yes, then maybe your next step isn't to build a better plan. Maybe your next step is to just start. Send that email, record the episode, make the call, write that first paragraph, post the video, take the walk, fill out that application. Whatever it is, just do the next thing. Not the whole thing, not the perfect thing, just the next thing. Because every time you stop waiting and start moving, you build trust with yourself. And that matters. So this week, I want to leave you with this. What have you been overthinking that really just needs your action? Not your perfect plan, not more time, not another round of second guessing, your action. Start there. Stop waiting, start choosing. That's Zenatude. Take a deep breath, drop the doubt, and I'll see you next time.